Hey, welcome to the Controversies and Careers podcast.
This is the episode on controversies.
My name is Chase, and my topic is about abortions.
My name is Carolina, and my topic is about famine.
My name is Amber. My topic is about weed.
Okay, so where is weed legal?
There are at least 10 states in the United States where weed is legal, and around 30 states where only medical marijuana is legal. In Alaska, California, Colorado, Maine, and etc. have legalized both medical and recreational marijuana. So Colorado and California were one of the first states that actually legalize recreational marijuana instead of just medical. There are some states where there is no marijuana that's legal at all, including medical. There's also some states where CBD is only legal. New York, Utah, South Carolina, Rhode Island, etc. have only legalized medical marijuana.
What are the benefits of weed?
The most common benefits of marijuana, it can relieve nausea and vomiting in chemotherapy patients. It can also help people who have AIDS, cancer, and anorexia patients help with their appetite and weight gain. There's also been research saying that the medical marijuana can help with epilepsy patients.
How would legalizing marijuana affect the economy?
First and foremost, it would help the tax revenue for both the federal and local governments. It can also help with employment. With the employment being so low, it can create jobs and income for those people.
Alright, so we just talked about one controversy. Let's talk about another one. What are the processes of getting an abortion?
There's the standard going to the doctor and they perform it, or you can use medications. Two drugs are administered to effect this abortion over time. The first is administered in a health facility to interfere with the continuation of the pregnancy, and the second is taken by the woman at home after a set number of days to facilitate expulsion of the products of conception. Then a follow-up visit is required to confirm a complete abortion.
In states where abortion is restricted, is it observed that the kids have a higher well-being?
No, some findings report that in states with more restrictive abortion laws, they have higher mortality rates, lower birth weight babies, and lower prenatal care. Also, 2-year-old infants in pro-life states are not more likely to be immunized. They are also not more likely to be covered by health insurance or receive needed mental health care. However, they do have significantly higher death rates.
Okay, now I have some questions about famine. The first one is, where is famine the most common?
Famine mostly occurs in third world countries like India, Africa, places where they don't really are very accessible to foods, mostly in sub-Saharan Africa.
And I've got a question. What factors, like your political factors, social, that kind of stuff, lead to your food shortages and famines?
Okay, for political reasons, some of these third world countries have corrupt governments, and they're dealing with wars and stuff that doesn't allow the food to come into the country or for it to be dispersed evenly and equally between everyone. And then the environmental part is some of these places, they don't have accessibility to water or have running water and things like that with agriculture, or because their land is like desert and super dry, so they can't really grow these foods to be able to feed themselves.
Does foreign aid actually help third world countries or hurt their economy?
Okay, so I actually did some research on this, and roughly the world spends about $135 billion just on foreign aid to help these poor countries out. And according to Deaton, an economist at Princeton University, foreign aid actually slows down an economy because the citizen can choose to not interact with their own government and with the own economy because they're receiving all this money from foreign aid, so the government also feels like they're not obligated to help them. And also another thing is that most of this money, the issue with the money is that they're just giving money, and most of it goes to the corrupt government that the country already has. So the citizen most of the time does not actually see the money, and it doesn't help them out. So these first world nations are giving this money, but they should honestly be giving vaccines and food and physical things that they can actually use, instead of giving money to a government that they don't really know if they're going to use that money or not. Thanks for listening to the first episode of the Controversies and Careers podcast. Tune in next week for the careers portion of the podcast.
This podcast is sponsored by Walmart. Enter code CAREER420, that's CAREER420, at checkout to receive 20% off your next purchase of $30 or more. Save money, live better, Walmart.